There's no shame to be a Christian. Yeah? You are Buddhist or what?
He's a Christian.
So what? Only one Christian, huh? I mean, let me see your hands who is that I can prepare. That awesome.
ไม่ใช่นับถือศาสนาคริสต์นะคะยกมือหน่อยค่ะ
I thought they understand English. I thought they understand English. Huh?
Guys, can you please raise your hands? Can you please raise your hands if you are Christian?
It's notแล้วยังไม่ตังเท่าไหร่แล้วข้างหลังคนมาเข้าใจแล้ว Can you hear me in the back? No. Yeah? ยกมือขึ้น They don't understand really.
ไม่เป็นไกลครับ
ไม่ชอบตรงนี้ Okay, so you understand? Yeah. So, who of you, ever went to a monastery? Nobody? Never went to a monastery? Lẽ mà mày không chạy phát triển được hả? Huh? Who went to a monastery, to a Buddhist monastery?
Buddhist monastery
Ah.
or Buddhist temple.
อะไรมันไม่รู้มันมอนสตรีเป็นอะไรฮะวัดไทยเหรอไม่รู้จะพูดภาษาอะไรเนาะฮะ If you don't understand English, monastery เป็นวัดนะ temple you don't use it in English you don't use temple And you went to a Christian church? Just a few, yeah? Do they teach Christianity here? No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
No? Yeah? No? So what do you know about Buddhism? Yeah? The teachings of the Lord Buddha. Do you know something? What do you know?
If in our life, if we do is a good thing before we die, we go to heaven.
You go to heaven, but there's another way. There's also going to hell.
Hell.
นรกสวรรค์กับนรกนะศาสนาคริสต์ก็มี The Christianity has both, they have heaven and hell, but for them heaven is eternity and hell is eternity. For Buddhism, hell is not eternity and heaven is not eternity. It's just one of the 31 realms of existence. There are 30 different realms of existence. At the moment we are at the 5th realm of existence as a human being. Below us are the animals, then the ghosts, then the demons, and then the hell realm. And the most important thing in our life is to keep the 5 precepts. If you went to a monastery, to a Buddhist monastery, you know the 5 precepts. Not to harm any living being is the first precept. Not to take what is not given is the second precept. The third precept, no sexual misconduct. The fourth precept, no lying, no harsh speech. And the fifth precept, no alcohol, no drugs. Drugs. Makes us just stupid. Taking drugs makes us stupid. Just like nowadays, the foremost drug, that everybody has probably in his hands is the phones, the smartphones. You're addicted to the smartphones. Are you allowed to use smartphones here in the school?
During the school time, not allowed.
Not allowed, but outside of the school allowed. Playing games, do TikTok, lying. It's a waste of time. The important thing is to keep these 5 precepts. You understand that? You understand the 5 precepts, huh? Oh yeah. To keep the 5 precepts because we don't want to go to hell. Yeah. So if you don't keep the 5 precepts, you will go to hell. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Otherwise from that, if we keep the 5 precepts and we have a lot of generosity, we have we have respect, and what is Kwamkatanyu? What is it in English? Gratitude, then we can go to heaven. If we don't have enough, we come back as a human being. The Buddhist teaching, is the first noble truth. The 4 noble truths, have you heard about them? No. The first noble truth is the truth of dukkha. Tuk in Thai. Me tuk mai? Yeah. What is dukkha? It's dissatisfaction, disease, pain, suffering. What? No, sadness is not. It can be dukkha. Doesn't have to be dukkha. In the morning, when you wake up and you don't want to get out of bed, that is dukkha.
Lazy.
Like,
is that called kilet?
If you don't want to get out of bed, it's called kile. If you're hungry, it's If you're thirsty, it's dukkha. If you're tired, it's dukkha. If you need to go to the restroom, it's dukkha. Put key. So, that is just the dukkha of the body. We want this and we don't get it, it's dukkha of the heart. We don't like this, it's dukkha. We don't like to go to this class, or not interested in this or that, it's dukkha. Yeah. คุณยายก็มีทุกข์เยอะ ครูก็มีทุกข์นะนักเรียนก็ไม่ได้ตามคำสั่งสอนนะเป็นทุกข์นะอยากได้นี่เป็นทุกข์อยากได้โน้นก็เป็นทุกข์ไม่ชอบอันนี้ก็เป็นทุกข์นะไม่ชอบอันโน้นก็เป็นทุกข์นะนี่อริยสัจที่หนึ่งสำคัญนะ Arya Sati song, the second noble truth, is the truth what leads to dukkha. It's our desire, desire to become, desire to be, desire to want, or desire not to want, or not to be, or not to become. The third noble truth is, it's a happy news, there's an end of dukkha. And the fourth noble truth is what the monks are practicing, the path that leads to the end of dukkha. And that is sila, I just talked about it, the moral precepts, the five moral precepts. And then it's a samadhi, the training of the mind, You all train the training of the brain. When you're born, you learn to walk. No? You didn't learn to walk? You cannot walk?
ฟังเกิดเรา
ไม่เข้าใจเหรอ
น้องยังไม่เข้าใจภาษาอังกฤษมากค่ะ
อ๋อ
อะไรไม่ได้ค่ะ
ฝึกเดินเคยฝึกเดินไหมโอเคเคยฝึกพูดไหมWe learn to walk, we learn to talk, we learn to read, we learn to write. And then we learn to think. And that's what you're doing right now. You train this body for 16, 18 years until you can use it. คนไหนที่ไม่เข้าใจภาษาอังกฤษดีนะนี่คนนี้มีหลายคนแล้วก็มีคนเดียว
ยังไม่เข้าใจภาษาอังกฤษไหมลูกมีไหมคะ
โอเคเดี๋ยวจะถามที่หลังก็ได้นะเดี๋ยวจะพูดภาษาอังกฤษนะ So we train this body, We learn to walk, we learn to talk, we learn to read, we learn to write, In the moment you learn to think, You learn that for 16 years, you program this body for 16 years, Before you can use it, And then you walk, And then you work for this body, Look at your parents, they work for you, And then sooner or later you will die. And then in the next life, because that is the important thing about the Buddhist religion, In the next life, you do the same thing again. You learn to walk, you learn to talk, You learn to read and write, over and over again. How many times have you done that? Not my turn. Uncountable times. That's why the Lord Buddha, when he saw that, gave us the way out of Sila, Samadhi and Panya. Sila, we talked about it, the 5 precepts. Samadhi is the ability to concentrate. No matter what you do, you need to be able to concentrate. Be it in the school or be it learning a subject, you need to concentrate on the subject. The more you use your phones, the more the mind goes out. You read a paper, and the mind goes out. So how do we train? How do we train the mind to be able to concentrate? We put it at one point. Be it anapanasati, the mindfulness of breathing in or breathing out. So we put our attention around the nose, and then know that the breath goes in, know that the breath goes out. Whenever there is a thought coming in, we return with our attention onto the breath, back to the nose, knowing that the breath goes in, knowing that the breath goes out. And the knowing nature, that is what is called sati. The knowing nature of the breath, how is the breath? That is called sati. In Thai we have sati satang, many sati satang. We don't have any awareness of what we are doing, why we are doing, and what the results of our doing is. And that is the importance of our life. We need to know what we are doing. We need to know why we are doing the thing And we need to know what the results of our doing is. We just do things. Without knowing, because of our emotions, because of our desires, we just go for it, but we don't know the results of it. We don't know if it is wholesome or unwholesome. Understand that? Huh? I guess the 12 years don't yet really grasp the idea. สำหรับน้ำWisdom is the understanding of why we are doing things. Huh? งั้นแบบนี้เป็น So learning samadhi and learning sati, we can do it another way. I mean, we can use the mental repetition of the word Buddha. Whenever the mind goes out, we return back to the Buddha. And knowing that the Buddha is fast and knowing that the Buddha is slow, that is called sati. It's awareness of what we are doing. We are observing, we observe one thing, we observe the object, that we put our attention on the object and observe the object. Just like when you're in nature, you observe the animals. You know what the animals are doing, don't you? You don't have to think what the animals are doing. When you look at the ants or when you look at this or that animal, you know what they are doing. And that is the same thing. Our attention on the breath, our attention on the Buddha, trains sati, trains this awareness. And the awareness is important. And samadhi is important. You understand that? Not really. Okay, let's go and let's ask the people a question, because I think it is too far over the head. It's only for the teachers, and I can give a separate talk to the teachers. They understand, What is important, for the teachers? What is important in our life, I just talked about, we train this body for 18 years, and then we go to work, until we retire, and then we wait for death to come, And the next life we do the same thing, again and again and again and again. เข้าใจไหมไม่เป็นไร พวกเราไม่มีทุกข์ Okay, so you can ask question คำถามได้นะเดี๋ยวนี้มีคำถามไหมฮะไม่มี คำถาม
What is Satu mean?
Sati. Satu means it is well. When we go to the temple and the monk, gives a talk, the lay people say Satu, 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 Anumodana. Don't you have any problems in your school? I mean, if I remember my school time, it was so terrible. มีคำถามไหมมาเลยแล้วมาจะทำให้เด็กๆ
ค่ะหลวงพ่อ I have got a question for younger age like this. So normally when we do something fun, or when let's say our mind go outside, right? We use the mobile phone, we go on TikTok. Looks like those things are very interesting and lots of fun. So for kids, fun thing is good for them in their mind. When I was young, the same. I felt the same. But today, Hluangพ่อ said, being peaceful, doing something calm is happier. So could you please explain a little bit to the children why those things that are interesting to them, fun in their point of view, can affect them badly, but peaceful can help them instead?
When we have fun, our heart is very excited. It beats up very fast. Every one of you knows it. People, people who get very angry, it's the same thing. If you have fun, the heart beats up very fast. If you get very angry, the heart beats up very fast. That's not good. But you have to have the experience of a calm mind. If you have the experience of a calm mind, when there's no thoughts and when there's no memories coming up, we feel extremely peaceful, or we feel extremely happy, and we feel contented, and at that moment we don't want anything. And this not wanting, we are happy with the way things are. And just ask yourself, are you happy with the way things are? You distract yourself. This fun that the young people, I don't mind if they have fun, it's part of their life, they have to experience, they have to learn through experience, what is good for them and what is not good for them. But just following other people, that is not what leads us to experience. Experience is, evaluation, what we are doing, why we are doing, and what is the result of our doing. And most of the time, we're going on TikTok or going on YouTube or online, it's distraction. It's actually the distraction from the dukkha that is in our heart. And the dukkha in our heart, just like boredom, it's very unpleasant, it's dukkha. And we don't want this dukkha, and that's why we go for these fun things, what we think is fun. The adults do the same thing. If you're bored, you look for something else that distracts you. If you have pain, if you lost something, and you're in pain, you look for something else to do. You want to distract yourself. And other people, drink alcohol and get drunk, because they don't want to see the truth. They don't want to see the first noble truth of dukkha. And that's it, And there's nothing wrong with having fun. But you have to understand why you are doing this. And if you're honest with yourself, it's a form of dukkha. And the moment that the heart is calm, then it is happy. That's all what we need. You're looking for happy outside things, but happiness doesn't arise outside of us. We do this, we think we are happy, but actually happiness arises here in the heart. No? Dukkha arises here in the heart. Boredom arises here in the heart. Being upset arises here in the heart. Has nothing to do with the other people. But this we don't understand, because we are learning from the beginning, that something out, triggers our anger, or triggers our lust, or triggers our, or boredom or things like that. It's all arising in the heart, and that's why it is so important, to be mindful. So important to be aware of what is going on, what we are doing, why we are doing, what's the result of our doing. Okay?
You mentioned that our heart races when you become happy, or maybe your heart races when you become stressed.
Of course.
Because you haven't handed in a homework or something like that.
That's right.
Right? How can you calm yourself
Buddha, 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 Buddha.
Okay, but question is like, for example, for them maybe, are there any, I don't know, additional things that you should
No,
do? Not only for
that's-
them, but like, for example, for us.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'm stressed out because I have to hand in comments to,
Yeah.
you know, my boss or anything.
Yeah, I haven't created the homework yet. I mean, it's not only stressed out, you know. I mean, stressed out is one of the factors, you know. I mean, gives a lot of older people heart attacks, yeah. And what you do is you sit comfortable, like you see. Sit now, come, kasamat, yeah. Or what is it in English? Yeah, cross-legged. You sit cross-legged. You close your eyes and you start with the Buddha, 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 Buddha. Okay? When you think Buddha, you cannot think of anything else because the stress comes through thinking and memories. Yeah. So if you replace the thoughts and memories with the Buddha, I mean the stress cannot occur. Yeah. The moment you start with the Buddha, the stress comes back through thoughts, yeah, and through memories. Yeah. And then, you know, I mean, if you're good enough, you can address these thoughts, you know, and negate them. Yeah, that's not true. It's not true. I mean, I cannot do more than I can do. Yeah, for instance. Yeah. I'm trying my best. You know, I cannot do better than my best. Yeah. And that calms the mind also down. Yeah. And then you go back. You know, but if the thoughts don't stop, you go back to the Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Yeah, until you can see much more clearly what is really disturbing your heart. Yeah? And there are a lot of things disturbing our heart. Yeah? And especially at the age, you know, of 14, you know, I mean, there's a lot of desire coming up, you know, that is disturbing the heart. Yeah? Okay? I guess the teachers had more questions, yeah? Yeah? You are stressed out, yeah? You have goals, you know? I mean, you are graded, you know, by the master, yeah?
Maybe I ask one more question, Kalukor.
Yeah.
For the older one, even for us, it's quite difficult to sit down and do Buddha like that. And especially for the younger one, maybe even more difficult. Do you have any other strategies for them to try to be mindful?
Yes, of course you can also, when you do walking meditation, you know, you can do walking meditation and do Buddha, 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 you know. But, I mean, you have to have a subject, you know, that you can concentrate on. Yeah? And you have to know where the mind is going. You have to know where the mind is going. Yeah? So, yeah, you have to focus it on one point. Be it the Buddha or be it the breath. No matter if you do walking meditation or no matter if you do sitting meditation. Yeah? I mean, actually, you know, 12 years old, 9 years old can sit very quiet. Yeah, if they're, but, you know, I mean, nowadays, you know, I mean, with all these smartphones, I mean, it's hopeless. It's pretty hopeless. It's also for the younger monks, it's pretty hopeless. Yeah? They cannot. Yeah?
In your life, have you seen a ghost?
What?
In your life, have you seen a ghost?
Have you ever seen ghosts?
Of course. I've been in hell, you know, but many times I've been a ghost, you know, I've been a demon, I've been in all the realms, yeah? I've been in the heavens, yeah?
Do you think that, no. In your life, not when you in the heaven.
What?
พี่พูดภาษาไทยก็ได้ลูกภาษาไทยหลวงพ่อก็เข้าใจหลวงพ่อเข้าใจภาษาไทยด้วยลูกพูดได้เลย
ที่หลวงพ่อเคยเห็นผีไหมครับ
Of course. Why not? I mean, people are much more nakluwa than pee.
หลวงพ่อบอกหลวงพ่อน่ากลัวกว่าผี
มนุษย์น่ากลัวผีพี่ไม่ได้ทำอะไรนอกจากพี่สิง
จะทำอะไรต่ออีก
I mean, just when you see a ghost, you know, just ask him what he wants. Or just live like with a human being. What do you want? Huh? They're just beings, you know, just like us. And then normally, just like human beings, they want something like that. Huh? Yeah? What do you want?
Have you seen bed before?
Yes, they are very ugly.
Is it real?
What?
Is it real?
Yeah, of course they are real. Bread have a lot of desire. They have no morality.
Have you seen Rihanna before?
This I can't remember. What?
Have you seen Anaka before?
What?
Have you seen Anaka?
No, I told you I can't remember. So I don't know. And I'm not really interested, what I have been before. Yeah, I know it was a lot of dukkha. I mean, every life, every life, in one of the 31 realms of existence, has a lot of dukkha. Yeah? Except for the heavenly realms. Yeah? So, the question you should ask is, what do you want to become, yeah? Later when you're finished with school, what do you want to do with your life, huh? Work? Alright?
One question from here ค่ะ
Yeah.
They said have you seen ผีกระสือ before
ผีอะไร
ผีกระสือค่ะ
ผีสิง
ผีกระสือค่ะหลวงพ่อที่เป็นผีผู้หญิงมีแต่หัวแล้วก็ไส้แล้วก็มีแสงวาบๆลอยไปลอยมาอันนี้คำถามจากเด็กค่ะ
ไม่
Okay, I'm interested in the idea of like the cycle of life where we're born and we die, we're born and we die, and the idea of impermanence, like nothing is permanent. So does that mean that everybody comes out of the cycle eventually? So
No, not everybody eventually comes out of the cycle if it, not everybody, passes the university if it doesn't put some effort in it. Yeah? So you will be stuck in the cycle until you put some effort in the work to get out. Yeah? And I said, the work out of the fourth noble truth is the way out of dukkha. Yeah? It's sila, yeah? Keeping the 5 precepts, that is absolutely important. Yeah? It's samadhi, it's the ability to concentrate on one point until there are no more thoughts and no more memories coming in. Yeah? Until the mind is completely quiet. Yeah? And then it has the power and the energy to do the work of samadhi, of panya, of wisdom, developing wisdom. All the things that we are attached to. As long as we are attached to the body, we won't find a way out. As long as you're attached to your car, you still want to have another car, even if the one breaks down. Then you want another car, and another car, and another car. Yeah? So you have to investigate your attachment to the car, or to the body, or to the senses of the body. Yeah? We want to think, we like to think, we like to dream, we like to invent, we like to do this. Yeah? But in the end, all this anicca all goes away. Yeah? Whatever house you build, sooner or later it will be destroyed. Yeah? Relationships, will come and will go. Yeah? And things like that. The body comes and goes. So it's anicca. And then whatever you created in your life, whatever company you created, whatever store you created, you cannot take with you. The only thing that you can take with you in your next life is karma. Yeah? It's either the good karma or the bad karma.
is it possible to fall into like the lower realms?
Yes.
The aim is to go up, but is it possible to go down if we do bad things and if we have bad karma?
Yes, yeah, but you have to think, I mean, maybe you were trained in Christianity. The hell is not forever. Yeah, it is like, if you do bad, that depends on, there are three or four, 5 grades of doing bad, But it's just like in prison, yeah. You get a light sentence, or you get a medium sentence, or you get a heavy sentence. Yeah. So the most heaviest sentence, in Buddhist terms, where you go for a very long time to hell is around 150,000 years. Yeah. But it can be only 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or it can be 3 years. I mean, that depends on your bad deeds. Yeah. And the bad deeds is connected to the sila that I explained.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you ever remember your last life?
Only bits and pieces. I'm not really interested. Why should I be interested? I mean, this life is difficult enough. Huh? Why should I remember the previous lives that are more difficult? Huh?
One more question from this. According to the 5 preceptions,
Precept.
Precept. If this student asked that, what if she found a cockroach or ants inside her room, and she would like to get rid of them and she killed them? Would it be considered bad or something else, or would it be the consequences from doing that?
I mean, that depends on, I can be a light consequence, but if you, for instance, if you're somebody who has a profession to kill cockroaches, you certainly will be born as a cockroach. I mean, the people who slaughter animals will be born as animals. And that is very difficult. You don't want that. Yeah. So if you want to get rid of the cockroaches, sweep them up and take them out. You don't have to kill them. Yeah. What?
Why is every month on Thailand we have one
One
park?
pra. I mean, there are one pra. It depends on the moon days. Yeah. One pra is half moon day and full moon day, new moon day. Yeah. And for us as monks, there's the one pra yai and the one pra noi. Yeah. And the one pra yai, the monks reside there. Are you listening? I mean, you have to look at me if you're listening. Yeah.
A day that the ghost will catch up from you.
No, has nothing to do with ghosts. Yeah? I mean, at the one prayai, we repeat our rules, our precepts. We have 227 precepts. So every 2 weeks we have to recite them. So in order not to forget them. Just like you have the 5 precepts, it's much easier to remember. So when you normally go, or when your parents go into the monastery, they normally ask for the 5 precepts, so that they don't forget them. But they normally forget them when they come out of the monastery. Okay? Yeah? นะ
3 แทนฟรอยองเทาองเทาคำถามมาองเทาไม่รู้2 คนนี้เป็นนักบรินี้ไม่รู้แต่มันยกมืออย่างนี้3 คนเลยนะอะไรฝั่งนู้นมีนิดเลยฝั่งนู้นมีนิดเลยนะหรือโซฟา
ไหน
What have
you accidentally step on an animal and died, what happened to you?
If you don't have the intention to kill. I mean, karma is always depending on the intention. Yes? What is?
พ่อครับ
มีอะไร
May I speak Thai?
What?
He asked if he can speak Thai ถามเลยลูกถามเลยถามอะไรเลย
ได้
ถ้าเกิดทำไมเรากินอาหารที่เป็นเนื้อสัตว์ไปทุกวันทำไมเราไม่ตัดครับเพราะว่าสัตว์ที่เรากินทุกวันนี้ก็ถูกเก็บฆ่ามาไม่ที่เขาก็ไม่ได้แก่ตายหรืออะไรครับ
ถามเรื่องกินเนื้อเหรอกินเนื้อสัตว์พระพุทธเจ้าก็ไม่ได้ห้ามเนี่ยคนที่ฆ่าเนื้อคนที่ฆ่าสัตว์นี่เป็นบาปนะคนที่กินเนื้อก็มันไม่ใช่บาปแล้วชอบมนุษยชาติก็ชอบกินสัตว์กินเนื้อกินไก่กินหมูกินกินวัวเลี้ยงวัวคนไหนที่เลี้ยงวัวเพื่อขาสัตว์เดี๋ยวขายเป็นเนื้อเนี่ยมันบาปคนที่ฆ่าสัตว์จริงๆก็เป็นบาปคนที่ไปที่ตลาดแล้วซื้อเนื้อก็ไม่ใช่บาปนะ
แต่ว่าแค่ดูหมายถึงว่าถ้าเกิดเราต้องเอาความบาปไปมีคนฆ่าสัตว์นะครับมันก็ยังเรียกว่าไม่บาปนะครับ
ยัง
อะไรนะ
ยังฟังไม่ชัดนะ
ดังๆครับดัง
เอาใหม่
ทำไมไม่บาปแล้วทำไมไปบาปแค่คนฆ่าทำไมลูก
ไม่ใช่ครับถ้าเกิดคนกินเรื่องบาปแล้วความบาปมันจะต้องไปตกที่คนฆ่าอย่างไรไม่เรียกว่าเอา
คนกินเนี่ย
บาปไปใส่
จะไป
คน
ตกอยู่ที่คน
ฆ่าหรือเปล่า
มันดูไม่แฟร์เขาเหรอเขาได้หนัก so he asked the people who eat meat right let's say they are not affected but those who kill the animal they get affected they have the sin right he feel like it's not fair because people also eat the meat from like the dead animal the killed animal
If you go to somebody and say, kill me this cow because I want to eat it, because I want to eat the flesh, or the nerve, then you are also, But if somebody kills, for selling, then they don't have any bad.
I mean it depends on the intention again.
If you go to a restaurant, and fish restaurant, you see the fish, swimming in the water, and then you say, I want this fish, to eat, then you have all the bar.เข้าใจเนาะ
ตั้งใจค่ะถ้าเราตั้งใจสั่งให้เขาฆ่าเราบาปเลยแต่ถ้าเขาฆ่าเขาอยู่แล้วเขาก็เป็นบาปด้วยกันก็เป็นเรื่องของเขาเราไปกินเราเป็น
เมื่อทำเพื่อนเมื่อทำเพื่อนนี่ใครค้าคนนี้ก็เป็นบาป
กราบนมัสการหลวงพ่อค่ะพอดีลูกศิษย์มีคำถามว่าเมื่อกี้หลวงพ่อพูดเกี่ยวกับว่าการฆ่าสัตว์เขาก็เลยฟังแล้วมีคำถามว่าขึ้นอยู่กับเจตนาของเราเมื่อกี้นะคะทีนี้เขาบอกว่าจริงไหมที่เราฆ่าสัตว์ชนิดนั้นหรือว่าหมูหรือวัวหรือควายแล้วชาติหน้าเราจะกลับไปเป็นสัตว์ประเภทนั้นแล้วอีกหนึ่งคำถามจริงหรือแล้วถ้าเราฆ่าคนล่ะครับจะเกิดอะไรขึ้นนี่คือจากลูกศิษย์ค่ะกราบนมัสการค่ะไปพบกันค่ะ
เมื่อค้าคนก็ไปนรกนะเมื่อค้าสัตว์ก็มันไม่เหมือนบาปนะมันขาคนนะเมื่อค้าสัตว์นะเมื่อค้าสัตว์จะมี2-3 ส่วนนะมันไม่ต้องไปนรกคนไม่ต้องเกิดเป็นสัตว์นะแต่คนที่ข่าวตลอดเวลานะที่เลี้ยงหมูเพื่อฆ่านะอะไรฆ่านะนี่มันจะเกิดเป็นหมูมันต้องรับโทษนะ ต้องรับโทษเราต้องเข้าใจว่านี่ของเราทำอะไรกับคนอื่นนะของเราต้องรู้จักทุกนะที่ของเราทำกับคนอื่นนะ you understand we have to understand we have to understand what we are doing unto others yeah we have to receive the same thing yeah so when we slaughter a lot of cows yeah I mean they go through a lot of pain so we have to experience this kind of pain so that we stop this killing okay เข้าใจyeah พูดกันหน่อย
ไม่
พี่เติ้ลคะขอมาหน่อยค่ะ
พูดกันหน่อยนะ
หลวงพ่อไม่ได้อยู่คลาสในบ้านหลวงพ่อเลยเนาะก็บ้านผม
มัน
งั้นหนูพูดดังๆเอาเนาะ
ผมขอถามนะคะผีที่หลวงพ่อเคยบอกว่าเคยเห็นตอนไปไหนนี่แหละครับมันผีที่เราเห็นกันที่เราพูดถึงกันทุกวันนี้ครับส่วนใหญ่มันเขาเป็นวิญญาณที่ตายไปแล้วแต่ยังไม่ได้ไปขึ้นสวรรค์หรือลงนรกหรือเปล่าครับ
ไม่ใช่ก็ผีก็เป็น อะไรภูมิเป็นภูมิของผีก็มีนะต้องนั้นคนนะภูมิผีก็มีนะภูมิธรรมดาก็มีกบเอกก็มีนะมันอยู่ที่มันเป็นโทษของเขานะต้องอยู่ในภูมิของผีเมื่อของเราอยู่ในภูมิของมนุษย์นะเข้าใจไหมมันของเราก็เห็นแต่สัตว์นะแล้วไม่เห็นเทวดาเคยเห็นเทวดาก็อยู่ในภูมิของเทวดานะและผีอยู่ในภูมิของผีเปรตอยู่ในภูมิของเปรตมีวิญญาณนะที่ยังไม่ได้เกิดในนรกเลยยังไม่ได้เกิดในภูมิอื่นๆนะนี่เป็นวิญญาณแต่ไม่ใช่ผีเข้าใจไหม
ใช่ครับ
โอเคคนทั่วไปก็ไม่สนใจเรื่องอะไรสนใจอยากเล่นอันเดียวนะนี่เล่นใน TikTok เล่นใน YouTube เล่นในอะไรนะแล้วสมัครก็ไลน์เนี่ยมันกดเนี่ยนี่มันอะไรไม่รู้จักนั่งสมาธิบ้านทุกวันทำใจให้สงบอยู่กับพุทโธใช่อ้วนรับตาถึงใจมันสงบเนี่ยแล้วเวลาเห็นสงบนี่มันจะรู้จักความดีโอเค so they're very, very restless. Yeah. I mean, it's... Let me come time, Igmay. Are there any other questions here?
A question. How you answer yourself that you like good enough or feel enough? Like if you have to practice meditation, and then you feel like today is not enough, tomorrow you have to do it again. And for me, in my opinion, I think that this is called gilead. But what about your opinion with this?
What the cause is gilead?
Gilead, like it's not enough.
Yeah.
How to answer yourself that you feel enough?
Like, you practice more.
If practice more, it means that not enough, right?
Yeah.
If you feel like I'm not enough, it means that you suffer already, you took already, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
you have to understand one thing about the kilesas. There are good kilesas and there are bad kilesas. Yeah. The good kilesas, make us to sit down in meditation, yeah, and they want more and more and more of it, yeah. And the bad kilesas, they don't want meditation; they want just to play around, yeah.
If give an example about like เป็นคนดี yeah if I feel like I'm not good enough not
that is a useless thought,
and then I'm suffering about not good enough
but also the same thought, I'm good or better than others, it's also good, it's conceit, so these are useless thoughts. You should replace it with Buddha. Why do you think you're not good enough? Because other people say you're not good enough? Well, you listen to other people. You know for yourself what you are. You have to have self-esteem. Not over-esteem, but enough self-esteem that you know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you cannot correct yourself. If you're not very honest with yourself and try to be rid of the things or don't want to look at the bad things, everybody has bad. Otherwise we wouldn't be born as a human being. We have good character traits and we have bad character traits. Otherwise we would not be born as a human being or being at all. So, if you're honest with ourselves, okay, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing, or this is a wholesome thing, and this is unwholesome thing, then we get rid of the unwholesome thing, that we do, and get more and more and more develop more and more the wholesome thing. What other people say is their opinion. Haven't you realized it? Some people think you're great, other people think you're a piece of shit. It's their opinion. It has nothing to do with you. Okay, Pachak. This world, every one of us is, is prone to do that, we constantly get feedback from others, so we never look at ourselves. So we believe what others say, and we don't know who we are. Meditation leads us to know who we are. There are good sides and there are bad sides within us. So believe ourselves. And what other people say, we can take as a suggestion. And look in ourselves. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not true. Lots of time it's not true. Sometimes it's true. And if it's true, it hurts us. Then we know, okay, we're probably right. If it doesn't hurt us, then it doesn't matter. We do have enough. We do need to develop self-esteem. Not over-esteem, but self-esteem. Okay? Anything more?
I have another question actually. No, loud enough. So I believe everyone has had negative feelings before. For example, feeling sad, feeling upset, feeling disappointed, feeling not being accepted. Yes, like this feeling. How can we overcome this feeling?
First of all, to overcome feelings is, to accept the feeling. How does it feel, sadness? How does it feel not being accepted? And what came before that? What kind of thoughts, what kind of memories lead to this kind of feeling? Normally these feelings always arises on occasion. So somebody says something to us and then we suddenly feel sad or we feel not accepted. So what did he say? And what are our memories around that? And what are our thoughts around that? And then correct these thoughts so that these feelings don't come in. They can only arise, because we associate with something, either with the feeling, with the thought, what came before. So that it's a long time, and we need a lot of sati, and that is what we don't have. I mean, because our world is so fast, yeah? And then, you know, with the smartphones, it's getting even faster and faster and faster and faster, yeah? So we don't really have time, you know, to reflect upon what we are doing, why we're doing, and what's the result of our doing, yeah? Yeah, that is the problem, you know. I mean, so why do you think that the monks go back in solitude? So they are not pressured by, you know, by this fast-moving world, yeah. Even at the time of the Lord Buddha, you know, there was still, you know, they had to get the, you know, plow their fields, you know, or do this, or you know, sell things, yeah. But it wasn't that fast, you know. That's why at the time of the Lord Buddha, a lot of arahants were, yeah. And nowadays there is nothing, yeah. Not anymore. Even the monks, you know, play with their phones all the time. Yeah? Yeah? So how can they get into samadhi, you know? If you're constantly distracted by the things, you know. I mean, I hear when I yeah, beep, 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 quack, 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 yeah, I don't know, yeah. And then they, you know, and then they sit, you know, and eat, you know, and then take up the phones, of course, yeah. I mean, how can they ever get into a state, you know, where they get quiet, you know, and then how can they even investigate, you know, the things that they are touched? So it is very, very difficult. During this time, it's extremely difficult for monks or for lay people, you know, to become, you know, at least, you know, go up, you know, on the stage of Sotapanna, you know, of Arya Sat, Arya Pukala. Okay? Wow, question? Yeah?
I was thinking about, because you talk about, because you're talking about the next life.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna die, but I prepare for that. So one thing that my parent doesn't like my idea, because I was thinking, oh, one day maybe accident, or one day maybe you don't wake up. So I decided to like donate all my organs, and then my parents were thinking, oh, you won't have it if you have next life. Is that true? They were thinking, oh, because you give it to other people, and then when you be like next life, you won't have that thing again. My parents, they just like worried. I don't know.
Who taught you this nonsense?
I don't know. They was like, and they get mad at me because nobody in the family doing that, and even in the village. And
I mean, it's good. I mean, it's a lot of bull. Yeah. I mean, if you're dead, what do you want to do with this body, you know? It's just like, you know, he would say, you know, I mean, if I put my car on the scrapyard, you know, I won't get a new car.
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like, yeah, I cannot take anything, but for them, they were like, oh, but I still need your body to come to the temple, make a marriage, but for me, I think, oh.
Yeah, that is also important. Yeah, it's also important, you know, I mean, as long as you're alive, you don't give away your organs. It's only when you're dead. Yeah. And when you're dead, you don't need them anymore, and you don't actually want them anymore because you're already looking for the next body.
Yeah, I don't need them anymore, but I feel bad for my parents who like.
For your parents or what?
Yeah, I was thinking, oh.
Are they Christians or what?
No, they are Buddhists, but they're still thinking they need. It's like tradition. In all people in the family or village, they have to do these things, and they were worried like, why you have to do that, and they don't get it.
Tell them about, you know, the custom that used to be in Bangkok in the 1900s, yeah? Yeah, where people donated their body, you know, the body were hacked up, you know, for the vultures to eat. They wanted to give back. The moment they are dead, they wanted to give back the flesh that they had eaten, you know, so they gave it back to the vultures. And the Sambat, เมืองไทยก็เป็นศาสนาพุทธแท้จริงนะ I mean the Buddhist religion, you know, is that wealth of Thailand. But nowadays, of course, you know, people get all sorts of ideas, you know, with all these, you know, with all this entertainment, you know, TikTok and you know, Brock and whatever AI or whatever, you know, the people look at it and think this is the truth. No, it's not the truth. The teaching of the Lord Buddha is very clear. Yeah? I mean, giving away your body when you die, I mean, even hacking it up, for the vultures or for the lions or for the animals to eat. I mean, how many animals have you eaten? So why can't you give it up to the animals, when you're dead, yeah? I mean, explain it to your parents, yeah? Explain it to your parents, about the old customs of Thailand, yeah?
Okay, you were talking about technology and AI and smartphones and how there are less and less arahants.
Yeah.
Do you think that this way of thinking is dying? And in the future, will there be no more monks, no more Buddhism?
I mean, in any kind of developed society, that uses more and more of this technology, entertainment technology, yeah? It's entertainment, yeah? I mean, you don't have to think, if you ask Grok, what is this, what is that, or Gemini, or Google, or Siri, yeah? Well, yeah? I mean, we don't have to use our brains anymore, yeah? If we don't use our brains, they are useless, yeah? So, I mean, it is very difficult. But there are societies that are still, still much more down to earth, yeah? If you remember when you were young, yeah? I mean, you played, you probably played in the forest, and invented your own games, yeah? That's where creativity is coming from. Yeah? I mean, what we do with AI or this is not creative, yeah? It's just listening to other people's opinion.
What do you think the world will look like?
What?
What do you think the world will look like when this way of life, this way of thinking is kind of almost dead in most of the world?
Probably like the movie Idiocracy.
Yes, I was thinking the same. We're almost there.
Not yet, but I mean, we are fast on the track.
Thank you.
I have a question about karma. I actually believe in karma, but there's also an English expression called "a good man dies young." And you see it in life, like good people actually live short life, and then bad people live longer life. Like people who exercise every day could die out of a heart attack all of a sudden, and people who eat junk food every day do nothing and just sit there and live long life. How do you explain karma about like that? Thank you.
I mean, if you read a little bit, or if you know a little bit about the Buddhist teaching, he says, if in this life I don't take or don't harm any living being, in the next life I will have a long life. Next life. If I'm very, very, very generous in this life, give away all the things that I have, in the next life I become rich. Not in this life. So whatever happens to people, and this is very important for us to understand, whatever happens right now is a result of the karma of the previous lives. So if a good man dies very young, that means in the last life he has taken lives of other people. And you see even gangsters or mafia bosses who go up to 100. That means in their previous lives they didn't kill anybody. We think, the bad people, have a long life. That is unfair. And the good people die young. This is unfair. No. Karma is never unfair. It's always just. It seems unfair to us because we don't understand what happened in previous lives. If you understand what happens in previous lives, then, just like the Lord Buddha could see, at least 7 lives, before, so he could understand why this thing is happening and this thing is happening to this person or that person. But we don't see it. We just see this life and we see this is a good person. and he should have a long life. No. Yeah? In the next life, if he was a good person, he will have a long life. Yeah? It's very clear. Yeah? I mean, if you put money in the bank, and withdraw it the next day, and they promise you 10% interest, and the next day you withdraw it, you don't get anything. You get only the things that, no? You have to wait for 10 years until you get your interest, yeah? And for karma, you have to wait until your next life, until you get the results of the karma. Understood?
Yeah. Thank you.
So back onto karma then. When we collect karma, the results of that, can they be instant, or do we wait for the next life for the results? Or is there any law or rule there?
Yes, there is some karma. It's just like growing. Growing rice. You have to wait 6 months. Before you can harvest it. Yeah. Before you can eat it. Yeah. But salad. You can have within 4 weeks. Yeah. So there's some light karma that you can receive towards the end of your life. Yeah. But most of the important karma is you will receive in the next life, or sometimes even in 7 or 8 lives. Yeah? But then it comes every life. Yeah? It's like fruit tree. Yeah? You plant a fruit tree for 7 lives, you don't get anything. But then every year the fruit tree bears fruits. Yeah? So is it with some sorts of karma? Yeah? Karma is something very, very, very difficult to understand. Yeah? And for us as human beings, this is something very difficult, to perceive, and to take into account. But in the English language, we have one thing: don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. But we forget always the second part of it. Yeah, for whatever happens to you is what you have done unto others. Whatever. There's no. Karma cannot be pride. Yeah? No? You cannot bribe a judge, you can bribe a judge, but you cannot bribe karma. Yeah? So whatever happens to you is the result of your own doing. And if we can accept that, we have such a complacent, a really nice and pleasant life. Yeah? Because we know it's not the fault of others, it's not the fault of the banks or the government, or it's our own fault. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah? What is?
ถ้าเกิดเราทำบุญชาตินี้ดีแล้วชาติหน้าเราจะมีจิตใจทำบุญเพิ่มหรือเปล่าครับ
บางทีก็มีบางทีก็ไม่มี Sometimes everything turns around. Yeah. Let's take it. We are okay, well off. Yeah. When we do a lot of bun. We go every week. We go to the temple and offer this and offer this and offer this and offer this. Yeah. At the end of our life, in the next life, we have lots of money. And now look at the people who have lots of money. They do a lot of bad things. So it turns around. Yeah. They become very stingy. But some, not all of them. Some continue with this. Yeah. So it depends on the character. Yeah? If we have trained generosity of one life and life after life after life, then it stays on. Yeah? It's like a character trait. Yeah? Character traits that we have, they are long lasting. Yeah? But some, if you want to change one of the character, it's very difficult. We always fall back. But if you train it long enough, it stays on. เข้าใจนะ เข้าใจหรือยังโอเค So the teachers don't have any Any problem with your life, yeah? Waiting for the next life to come? Packing your bags, you know? One bag is bun, one bag is barb, you know? And whatever weighs heavier, you know, that's where you go. We don't believe, actually most of the people really don't believe, you know, I mean, in the next life. But it's so certain, yeah. And if we are young, we don't even think about that. But the moment we get older, you know, the moment the body breaks down, you know, then we start, okay. Death is a possibility. Yeah? And especially if we see our parents die, you know, we are the next. Okay? So, I mean, if there's nothing else, you know, I mean, no more questions, yeah? Yeah, you have one more question, okay?
It's just like, can we have an exit ticket for that, like the next life? Because you said we're gonna come back and work again. I don't want to come back up and work like this again.
Yeah. I mean, I have a solution, you know. Yeah. Ordain as a Menchi. Yeah. I mean, it is very difficult if you live in the world to find the way out. Especially, you know, what I say, you know, the fast living world, yeah, it's very difficult. If you don't retreat yourself, yeah, and that's what monks and mechis do, if you don't retreat yourself, you cannot see really what is going on in your heart, yeah? Because you're constantly bombarded by the senses, yeah? Okay?
ถามเลยเร็วถามเลย
She want me to ask question. If we like die before our friends kill us, instead of like turning into an animal, can we turn into like a ghost?
Yeah.
And like come back?
Yeah, I mean, it always comes back. I mean, animals have a life, you know, and after their life, you know, I mean, after they exhaust their karma, they come back as a human being. Yeah? I mean, if you're born as a horse, for instance, yeah, if you attain to becoming a horse, an elephant, you're most likely, you know, and if you're in the service of human being, you're very likely to become back as a human being. Yeah. But if you're an animal that kills other animals, then you just go down this ladder. Yeah. Until you hit rock bottom, you know, and then you slowly come up. Yeah? So you don't want to be born as a cat. A cat only knows killing. A dog is okay. A dog can be trained, yeah, and it can be a friend of a human being, yeah. And all the animals that can be friend or can be helpful to human being can become back as human being. Okay.
จะขอเมตตาหลวงพ่อนะคะ May I ask you to lead us to do some meditation before we finish?
Yeah.
ค่ะอาจจะขอเมตตาหลวงพ่อนำนั่งสมาธิ
Yeah.
ค่ะนั่งสมาธิให้กับคณะครูและก็นักเรียนสักนิดหนึ่งนะคะโอเค sit cross guys นั่งขัดสมาธินะคะนักเรียนทุกคน
นั่งขัดสมาธิหลับตา
close your eyes ค่ะขัดสมาธิค่ะไม่ใช่เหยียดขาเหยียดขาไปทาง
Put the right hand into your left hand, just like you see me, yeah? And then close your eyes, yeah, and then either concentrate on the breath, yeah, or probably better, you know, I mean mental repetition of the word Putto, 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 Lapta. And back to the Buddha, yeah, and the mind goes out again. Huh? Buddha. and back to the Buddha, 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 Buddha. Lapta. And every thought, ทุกความคิดทุกความจำที่เกิดมาก็สลับกับพุทธพุทธพุทธไม่สนใจไม่ต้องสนใจอะไรพุทโธพุทโธไม่ต้องคิดอะไรพุทโธพุทโธทำเดียวพุทโธพุทโธหลับตาพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธอะไรพุทพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธฮะไม่ต้องขยับขยับพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธ let everything go. Putto, putto, putto. Putto. ไม่ต้องกลัวหรอกทำใจสงบอยู่กับพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธความคิดก็ไม่สนใจหลับตาอยู่กับพุทโธทำใจสงบเมื่อใจสงบแล้วมันมีความสุขเนี่ยมีแต่คิดอะไรแล้วมันหันหัวเราอะไรฮะเนี่ยกับพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธสลับความคิดและความจำที่ขึ้นมากับพุทโธมันสงบมีความสงบก็เป็นสุขโอเคเดี๋ยวนี้เลิกก็ได้แล้วเนี่ยสำคัญนะมันคิดเรื่องอะไรเนี่ยไม่ได้หัวเราะตลอดนะนี่ของเราคิดแต่พุทโธนะมันไม่ใช่หัวเราะนะเนี่ยมันไม่ได้มีแต่ขยะแน่ๆเนาะสมองนะคิดเรื่องนี้คิดเรื่องโน้นเนี่ยมันขยะ So if the teachers do that, 3 minutes before each hour, I mean, the students can have more concentration to listen to what you say. And you have frustration to teach them. Yeah. Okay, come. เรียบร้อยแล้ว Yeah.
On behalf of Udon Thani International School, from staff and students, we would like to say thank you to Longpo Martin Piyatamo, who giving us the good workshop and the good teaching today. We are really thankful for Longpo. Thank you for giving this opportunity to us to experience some peace in our mind. ขอบพระคุณในความเมตตาของหลวงพ่อค่ะที่เมตตามาบรรยายนะคะเทศนาแสดงพระธรรมเทศนาแล้วก็เมตตาที่พานำคณะครูและก็นักเรียนทำกิจกรรมเจริญสติค่ะขอกราบขอบพระคุณหลวงพ่อค่ะ For anybody that prepare things to offer to หลวงพ่อมาติน you can offer to him right now สำหรับท่านใดนะคะที่เตรียมสิ่งของที่จะมาถวายหลวงพ่อนะคะขอเรียนเชิญเลยค่ะสามารถถวายหลวงพ่อได้ตอนนี้เลยค่ะ Students, you can go to have a break right now. It's the lunch recess. Okay? Please go peacefully and quietly. Thank you. เดินออกไปอย่างสงบนะคะแล้วก็เสียงไม่ดังนะคะถ้าใครอยากไปนั่งสมาธิต่อก็ไปได้เลยนะลูกเครื่องกำลังติดนะละครนะคะเอาลืมไปบอกเขาว่าละครมาละครอะไรยืนไปนี่ละครก่อนค่ะมาละครก่อนแล้วเสร็จละคร
ละครยะชาวาริวะหะภวะภวิภวันตุสักการังเอวังเอวัยโสตินังเปตนังปัตตปฏิเยจิตังปฏิตังสุมหังเกตเมวัสมิสโจสัพเพภวันตุสังฆปัจจโดปนาหะโสยะถามานิโชติหะโสยะถาสัพเพเทววิวัชชันตุสัพพโรโควินาศตุมาเตภวัตวังสารายสุขิติกายุโสอวาปิวาดนสีเลสนิสังมุตาวัจายสัทธาอุตตมวัฏันติอายุวันโนสุขังภาลัง The meeting was more for the teachers than for the students. But some of the students are in, I would say 25 or 30%, I mean, they can sit at least 5 minutes quiet, The rest is okay.
ขอยุติการถ่ายทอดสด ถ่ายทอดสดเท่านี้ก่อนนะครับขอบคุณทุกการติดตามนะครับขอบคุณครับสวัสดีครับ